his game is, that's what makes him as a pitcher is, he's an even keeled with his stuff, and so he knows how he wants to get guys out, and he can get the best hitters in the game out with his approach. So, that's why he's pitching his best games right now.
Yeah, is it weird at all when you're a late season pickup, or I guess late July pickup? How long does it take you to feel like you're really up? Right away, or does it take weeks?
Maybe after the first plane flight.
So you guys should school around together and have fun?
Yeah, once you get on the inside jokes and you start messing around, they start understanding, because everybody thinks I could join a team. They think of me as this person A, and I'm actually I'm not that. I'm actually a bigger goofball than you think. So
well, what do they think you are?
I know Chelsea can attest to that. I got a pretty good sense of humor as well. So. Once you kind of show who you really are, your personality, everybody starts feeding off of it, and you just become part of the team, and the team becomes better because of it.
So did that make when you had to sit down for a month and that stretch of that game in Toronto, because you were already invested, that make that much harder? Because you guys were close, and now all of a sudden, sorry man, you got to sit down for a month.
Well, that's taking the baseball away, but I didn't quit on the team. I didn't quit on the season. I was still, showing up early to the park, getting my work in, getting my, keeping my body in shape to stay ready. That this team can go deep in the playoffs, and I have a chance to get back. So I wasn't going to take 1 second to, not go out there and give it my all, so that if I did get a chance, that I would be at my best, give it the best chance I have to be able to compete and help this team win.
How do you feel now?
Feel great.
Back to pre-Toronto game, that pre-Toronto game?
Yeah, I mean, on-wise, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
I just got to build up. I'm just building up my work capacity.
You have a chance to run it back with Mike Maddox. You mentioned greatly his scouting reports and just the level of prepared that he allows you to be. You have such, a unique ability here because you've been here, done it before. There are a lot of younger guys in this club. How are you going to, use what you know about Mike and the scouting reports and just everything that World Series entails to kind of get the team in the mindset?
Is that question more directed towards me or for what the team's going to deal with?
I guess both.
Okay, so for me specifically, Mike, like I said, Mike's very, he really knows, he really knows how to prepare for a start, and he has very good ideas of how to navigate a lineup. There's as much as he knows he's got a great way. There's also things that I do well, and I know my checks and instincts of what makes me tick, and when what kind of things get me big outs. And so it's kind of merging those two together to see where we're both right, and sometimes where maybe he's right and I'm wrong, and where I'm right and he's wrong. That's kind of where you really know. That's when you get in sync, is when you know where each other are right and wrong, and then you can make the best decisions because of that. And so for me, having experience, I've been with them. We both have great ways of preparing for starts, and that's why it's great working with them because it really challenges you to be at your best.
Bruce Bochy, he's been here as well, but being a catcher and having that perspective now managing, how much more do you just trust, every single roster move he makes moving forward throughout the World Series?
Roster moves, that's one step up. That's GMs and everybody else. He might has influence in that, but those roster decisions are different. In-game decisions, that's where you trust that he's done his homework before the game. He knows how he wants this game to unfold and how we're going to win. That winning is on all of our minds, and I think everybody in here will do anything to win. So wherever he points the finger, we're going to follow.
What can you tell me about old teammate Kerr Napoleon and Tommy Pham?
Getting to play with him this year, it was actually awesome. I came away raving about him. He's become one of my instant favorites of guys I've gotten to play with. And so he's a very hard worker. He really has a good baseball IQ. He knows how to prepare for a pitcher, more so than I even knew. So, now knowing him, it's going to be fun to compete against him again. Appreciate it. Yep.
What have you learned about Corey Seager? I mean, I know you saw him in LA over the years. Like now that you're really here with him every day, like what makes him good?
It's the same thing. I mean, I faced him and played with him in LA. Like, all right, I got it. It's the same thing. So he hasn't changed one bit.
Okay.
I mean, he's just a dangerous hitter. I mean, he's just a lethal left-handed bat who can take you deep at any second. And I'm first-hand experience knowing that.
Yes.
We even talked about that game one where first pitch fastball he took deep.
Yes. Yeah.
No, he's just steady Eddie. Goes out there every day. Gives you the same effort every time. He's locked in, and he's just such a threat. He can impact the game with his bat, in so many different ways. He plays great defense at shortstop at a premium position. So he's a superstar.
He seems to have pretty unique preparation that might not always be something that translates to every guy on the team. What impact does that have on if one of your really best players maybe isn't doing the same work as everyone else, but sort of has their own thing and it works? How does that play into that?
This is the big leagues. A lot of times, you kind of are on your own program. You know what makes you work. This isn't college where you get just one program and everybody works as hard as they can for that one program. At this level with guys, there's different demands on our bodies that even amongst the position players, what they're battling through. You've been through the grind enough to know what your body needs, and once you understand your body, then it becomes less about what conventional wisdom might say, and actually listen to your body, and your body's going to tell you what you do, and you basically do a program based around that. I know for myself, I don't do a lot of the same things that everybody else does because I know it works for me, and I don't try to make other people do what I do, and for me, I just know what works for myself and how I need to train, and how I need to throw as well.
And then last thing for you, now that you've had all these stops in the last couple of years, has that changed anything about how you see yourself? And if you've learned anything about yourself having to adjust to so many new places, or not really?
Not really. I think it's actually made me even a better teammate of being able to jump into a new clubhouse and feel comfortable. Change your jersey colors, and you got a different jersey on. No, it's still 60 feet 6 inches, and you know how to compete. You know how to. All of a sudden, you're not just dependent on one organization to feed you. You're not dependent on one catcher to call a game for you. You have to be you really have to know yourself almost better to be able to work with different catchers, on different teams, on different years, especially as the game's evolving. So, it almost introduced more variables that you have to be able to kind of sift through and understand yourself even more.